The way you set up when you're Betfair trading can give you a key execution edge over other people in the market, which increases the probability of you being a successful trader in the long run. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I set up when I'm Betfair trading. I'm going to show you all the BetAngel settings that I use and the screen layout that I use when I'm trading and what I'm looking at. You can either copy my setup or take certain bits you like, or you can even leave me feedback on things that I'm doing which you think I shouldn't be doing. This video is going to be focused on football trading because that's what I do. So obviously horse racing trading and other sports are set up slightly differently when I do trade those, so this is football trading only. As I just mentioned, I use software, and the software I use is BetAngel. I'm sure that as aspiring traders you all know what BetAngel software is. There's probably loads of videos that you've already seen about it on the internet, so I'm not going to go into great detail explaining what the software is and how it works. All I want to point out is that using software gives you a key speed advantage over other users on the exchange. To some extent though, BetAngel almost has too many features, and you can almost burden yourself by looking at too many things at the same time and getting easily distracted. Something that I want to point out just at the get-go is that I'm trading on a laptop screen, so I'm not trading using multiple screens like you see some YouTubers use. And I've got nothing against trading on multiple screens, because if I had that same technology, I'd probably doing the same thing. There's an upside and a downside of using a single screen, and the upside is that you can focus on one thing only and you don't get distracted by outside sources which aren't going to help you anyway. But the obvious downside is you do have less screen space, and if you're trading multiple football matches at the same time, it can get a bit tedious when you're using just one screen to navigate things. With not having two screens, the only thing that helps me a little bit is my phone. I don't trade on my phone, but I can use it to get football stat sites and current scores of the games that I'm currently interested in and trading in. This just means there's less back and throw on my computer screen, going through different websites and different tabs, accessing different stats for different games. And the one last thing that I'd like to point out before I go through my setup on screen is that your setup alone isn't going to make you a profitable trader. Obviously you still need to be good at trading, but having a good setup, it just makes things a lot easier on the execution side. You spend less time messing around, so more and more concentration can be put on your decision making only, which is the key difference which makes you a profitable trader. Okay then, let's get right into it and have a look at my setup on screen. Straight from the off, I'd just like to say that when I'm trading football, there's generally two types of markets I'm trading. So it's either the match odds market, which has three selections, a home win, an away win, or a draw. Or I'm trading the under and overs market, so obviously I have two selections for under or over, however many goals it is. So I have a BetAngel settings profile for each of those two different types, the two markets or the free market selections. Right here I'm showing you the free market selections for match odds, so in this game here, between Leicester and Lega Warsaw. As you can see, I have BetAngel on one side of the screen and Betfair on the other side of the screen. I find that Betfair's website is better at navigating different types of matches, particularly when you're trading multiple games at the same time. So that's why I like to have Betfair there available to see at all times. But yeah, all the trading activity in terms of placing bets is happening on BetAngel on the right hand side of the screen. In terms of charts, all I'm using is the Betfair charts at the bottom of each ladder. That's just nice and easy that they're in front of you, so you don't have to go into Betfair and individually select the graph for each thing that you want to look at. It's all there right in front of you, so you can see what you're looking at. I also have the high traded price and the low traded price on top of each ladder, as you can see there. This again is just a quick piece of information, just to know what these prices have been, the highest and lowest, just to give me a quick gauge into the market without digging through the graphs and looking at that historical data or scrolling up the ladder. As I mentioned, this is for the match odds market. I'll quickly show you what the under or over setup looks like, just so you can see that. So yeah, when I'm using this, all that's basically happening is it goes down to two ladders and I get more of Betfair screen on the screen available. But the overall settings between the two is the same, which I'm going to show you right now. So firstly, into the main settings. I'm not going to go down and explain each one of these in detail. If you do like these settings that I've got, you can just simply pause the video at any point, make a note of these settings and input them into your software. So I'm just going to go through each screen one by one. Not going to bore you and just read off the screen, you can do that yourself obviously. So firstly, here's the display settings, staking settings, behavior settings, green up settings, communication settings. Currently I'm using 350 milliseconds, but obviously you can choose whatever you want for that. Ladder settings obviously has its own section in BetAngel, which I'll show you in a minute. Automation settings, charts, sound alerts, I've done anything there, they're just the default sounds, and Excel. Okay. Into the ladder settings themselves, starting on the general tab. Columns, obviously this is set up to fit on my screen. If you're using a bigger screen, which you most likely are because you're probably on a desktop screen rather than a laptop screen, then obviously you'd have to adjust these to fit your screen accordingly. Markers, so yeah, I've got a bit of a weird thing going on here where I've got a white border around all of bookmaker odds. I thought this would be useful, not really useful at the minute, more useful for horse racing trading, but yeah, I've just left that in there, why not? There's my chart settings, unmatched bet settings, additional information, this is where I show my high traded price and the low traded price of the selection, display order, and enhanced area, which I don't use. As I was saying, I've got the Betfair charts at the bottom of each ladder. You might be thinking, am I using any other different types of charts? The only advanced chart that I use is just a very simple chart, if I just get it up for this one. A simple price chart which just updates quicker and more accurately than the Betfair chart. I downloaded this off BetAngel forum, but yeah, this is just a simple chart representing the price movement, which allows you to see stalling points at certain levels a lot easier than the Betfair chart. If you're interested in the settings for that chart, there they are, you can adjust them however you want to. And yeah, I like this setup, it's a very simple setup, there's not much to it, it's not crazy. It's quite funny because when I look over the previous year and a half since I've been trading, look at all the different types of screen setups that I've used, thinking that it's going to make me magically better at trading. I've done some crazy things, but now I've just realised that the best thing to do is to just have a simple screen setup so you're not distracted by anything. It simply frees your mind up to think entirely about the market that you're trading. You're not concentrating on weird, peculiar graphs. It's simple. Is this price right to back or to lay? If it is, enter the market as quick as possible using BetAngel, because the longer you spend messing around, the more likely the price is going to move. So it's just all about speed, and software gives you that. If you don't want to do a tedious job of copying all these settings that I've done, you can download my settings. I've uploaded them all onto my Patreon. That's for the BetAngel settings and the graph settings. Many thanks to the Patreons currently supporting the channel. If you've watched this video and think, what the hell is going on, what even is software, then I think you'll find this video very useful at explaining BetAngel in more detail.